Welcome to the Foreign Tigers podcast with me, Louis.
And with me, Eric.
Eric, do you play much chess?
Lately, no, but I was a very serious dabbler back in college. I remember I somehow not found, I like bought a little miniature chess set that would like fit in my pocket, and I carried it everywhere I went. Um, and then I don't know what happened. I kind of fizzled out, but it's always been something like a unique and joyful phase of my life.
That's cool. I know some people carry like a pack of cards. I've never heard of someone carrying a mini chess set.
Yeah, dude, it was I feel like I'm gonna go into this a lot, but I got
Yeah,
it in
do it.
Nepal. It was just like a handcrafted chess set that was like literally this big, and the entire thing you could just it had several layers, and if a piece died, you put it in a hole, and it just went to the bottom.
For the
And you could just keep
audio
playing the game.
listeners, can you describe how roughly big you just showed us was?
Um, the size of like 200 quarters. No, no,
What?
I like a coaster. It's maybe the size of a coaster.
Okay, go. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm a dabbler too, but I've never been very good. My best friend lives
Same.
back in the UK, so we used to play online to like help stay in touch, and also because living in Seoul can sometimes be a bit lonely. You know, it was a good way to connect. Have you ever felt like that, Eric?
Well, I can't say I've necessarily felt despairingly lonely. There's always that very human need to connect. Family and friends back home. We have our rituals, our routines, of getting together, maybe playing games online every month. And living here in Seoul, of course, too. Um, you're just being in this city where there's so many opportunities and different types of communities. Like, yeah, definitely. I've had this urge that's, really driven me in a lot of the things I've done to try out go deeper into my own hobbies or find new hobbies and meet people through that.
Hmm. Well, if you've ever had a read of the several Reddit threads related to living here, you'll see posts every so often asking a very simple question like, how do I make friends here? I think we can all agree life is getting more lonely, screens are taking over, third spaces are becoming too expensive to visit. So when we became aware of someone working on changing this narrative, we knew we had to meet them. So welcome, Kate, founder of the Seoul Chess Club.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Um, well, why don't we just start? Tell us a bit about who you are and what your life in Seoul looks like right now.
Okay, so I'm Kate, founder of Seoul Chess Club. My background is in tech. I was working as a software engineer in LA until last year, and I came back to Seoul last winter. So after coming back to Seoul, I created this um, chess community. And since it got big, my right now my entire life revolves around running the chess club.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you found something to fill your time with.
Yeah.
So you arrive back from LA and then you start the Seoul Chess Club. Like, how did that come about? What experience did you have living here that led you to start the club?
Well, I didn't start it right away after getting back to Seoul, but I have some experiences that I decided to make this community. And um, the main reason was that LA and Seoul have different kind of lifestyle. So um, I had a quite hard time getting back to life in Seoul, and since it was really cold winter at the time that I came back to Korea, it was really lonely, and I didn't want to go out, and I think I felt that I like some connection around me, even though I have my families and friends all over Seoul. I think I realized just need something new, some more connection, like more meaningful connection. And another reason was I took a break from my career and I went to Finland to see my friend. And at that time, I still didn't knew like what I'm gonna do in Seoul. I just asked like random people on the like bench or park like what are you do for a living and like do you think like do you think like um do you regard yourself as a happy person? Those kind of question. So when I was in Finland, I was um still like looking for the reason of life. I don't want to get deeper, but I was doing some cute and fun interviews around random people and I think that really changed my whole life because like 90% of people told me that they were happy because they have people around them. They have a safe community and they have like loved ones around them. So I was like, maybe I should after I get back to Seoul, maybe I should like make a community that brings people all together.
That is such an interesting uh, origin story. Like, and in Finland too. Um, wow. Okay, so is there any is there like any really memorable conversation that you have? It sounds like obviously a lot of these conversations were like really important to you, but is there any one particular conversation from your interviews with random people that you can recall and say that was something that really changed me, something that influenced me?
I remember I talked to like more than 20 people. I was like talking to the person next to me when I was on the train and like on the bar and everywhere. But I remember I went to a famous Finnish church in Helsinki and there was like one couple just lying down um on the park and I just walked to them and asked a question like do you think like what makes you guys happy and do you regard yourself as a happy person? And even before asking that question, I already felt that they look happy. I could like feel the happiness and like I could like feel the love between those two and um while I was interviewing them, they were just like smiling at me the whole time. So it was just making me really like warm and making me happy. So I think like the biggest um like the most important thing was like happy happy people just makes other people happy. And that was like that was the most memorable memory to me.
Okay, so you've done street interviews in Helsinki. You've come from LA, a happy place. In your using your words, a sunshiny place. Now you're back in Seoul. It's cold. What? Why chess? Like, how did chess become the theme of the community you wanted to build?
Well, I thought about a lot of ideas. And my first ever idea was actually making a running club since there was a huge running boom in Seoul. But the thing was, I couldn't run. Like, if I wanted to host a running club, like, I should be good at running, but I was pretty sure that I'm not be able to host a lot of running events. So I wanted to, like, do something that I could sit on the table and do more chill stuff. So, yeah, in that sense, I thought about chess, and when I was also in LA, I went to some chess club in LA, and I was in LA since, 2023 to 2025, and there was also a chess boom in LA, so, um, the chess club in LA was really famous at the moment, and when I visited LA Chess Club, it was, really interesting because my whole life was, going to um, workplace and coding or like do marketing, very boring stuff. But in LA, I could be able to meet a lot of like interesting people. I still remember I met some writers and producers working in like Netflix and Hollywood and stuff. Those kind of people are like not the ones I usually meet. So that was also the reason that I wanted to bring the chess concept and chess culture into Korea since chess is not a big thing in Korea. It's something very new and maybe a little bit exotic. So yeah.
Well, it's really good that you found that niche and that you changed from your very ambitious running club as a
Yeah.
non-runner to the chess club. Um,
Mhm.
no, that's interesting. So, how would you then describe chess club to someone who has never heard of it before? What's it like going to a chess club event in Seoul?
So when we started chess club, it was more bringing uh, chess users to offline community. So uh, we were just like bringing chess players who already have played chess and who likes chess, but now it became more like a social chess community. So not only chess players, but also someone who wants to play chess or someone who wants to learn chess or even someone who wants to make new friends. They are all joining our event. It's not very competitive chess club where everyone's like studying chess openings and everything. But I think we are a community where chess is just a tool for connection. So we try to host events in various venues like cocktail bars or jazz bar or like underground music venues. So you can not only play chess, but also you can be able to meet other people and or you can like meet cool atmospheres as well.
So I'm a casual chess player. I'm not, like as I mentioned, I'm not very good. But at the event that I went to this past weekend doing research for this episode, I was kind of in awe of how serious some people were. Like one person even brought their own chess clock. Um, you know, you mentioned, in LA, chess club was quite popular. It's not really popular here in Seoul yet. Did everyone just watch Queen's Gambit and suddenly decide to come play chess at your chess club, or like what do you think is driving this interest in chess in Seoul?
I think definitely the Queen's Gambit was the starting point that people got to know about chess. And I think still chess is something very new to Korean people. Because in Korea there is more like board games such as like 장기 or baduk, like Go or Korean chess. I don't know how people call 장기, but there is more like a traditional games rather than chess. And chess community itself is not big. It was very I don't want to say this, but it's very nerdy kind of sport. So I think people in Korea still think chess might be a boring sport, but now we are really trying to um, change those kind of image of chess. So that's one of the reason why I bring like music and other cultures together with chess to make more fun and more enjoyable. And I think it is working somehow because we've been getting more new people a lot, even though they never played chess before. They come to our chess club and they learn the basics and they show up again. So it's really interesting to see those kind of changes. And another interesting point is that our members just keep bringing their friends who never really played chess. So I think it's really interesting, and it is yeah, it is becoming more like a culture these days, even though it was not really a popular thing in Korea.
Now, one thing I want to touch on. So you talk about how you have you're growing, you have a lot of new people coming. And as someone who, like Louis, dabbled in chess in the past, there is a big difference between a new player, an amateur player, and going up against someone who has real experience, who really knows the game. Um, it can be like quite surprising how quickly and easily an experienced player can dismantle you, even though you think you've thought through every single move, every single play possible. So at the Seoul Chess Club, how do you make space for both the serious players and the complete beginners so that everyone feels they belong there?
So I'm really intentional about this, and we always say that skill level doesn't matter. But also, I try a lot of like effort to bring amateurs and advanced player together, but also they make, I mean, um, all the members and participants make the vibe together. Like sometimes like amateur players just like learns like new beginnings or like the basics of chess from the advanced players. Like they're like open to like teach some kind of like basics and moves to other people also. And what we do intentionally is trying to like divide people by their ratings. So um for the beginners, we try to like make space, like a safe zone, so they are not like freaking out about like really good players. And we try to like put different color of stickers for their ratings so that they can like know their like specific level. So if you are like by looking at other people's color, they just like know, oh, they are maybe better than them. So we try to like balance people's levels. Yeah, does it make
Okay,
sense?
so if I've got yeah, yeah, of course. So if I've got like a green sticker,
Mhm.
I'm like maybe new to
Yeah.
chess. If you've got like red, you're gonna be like really good. Is it that
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it, got it, got
exactly.
it.
Mhm,
Well, at the event I attended, a lot of people described like chess as the kind of hook that, for being more social. You know,
mhm.
they were interested in dabbling in chess, or they played already. Um, even if they were like casual or like beginner players, like how does it feel to you knowing that something you started is helping people connect it in that way over chess, and be more social?
I think it's honestly the most rewarding part to like connect people. And it's also the biggest part that I want I also put a lot of effort into because I don't want people to just play chess. I want them to become friends and be connected.
So at the event, a few people told me that they discovered the club on Instagram. What do you think you are doing on Instagram that actually motivates people to leave the house rather than just scroll? You've got people to actually turn up in person and get involved.
I think my photography is a big part of like making people interested in this kind of events because a lot of people told me that I came to this event because the photo of Instagram. And I'm not a professional photographer, but I am just like interested and I just like taking pictures of people and I just wanted to like capture the mood and vibe and also I wanted to promote this chess event so I started to make a lot of photos and try to like upload after the event so people could um watch the mood on the event and for those who never come to our chess club they might like know how it goes and what's the atmosphere in this chess club and yeah somehow it's working. I think it's just making people feel interested in our chess club, luckily.
No, that is like really important and interesting because I think if someone just said, "Hey, come to chess club," well, okay, to be honest, I would be interested. But if someone just simply said, "Come to chess club," most people would probably just imagine a bunch of chess boards and very serious people um, playing very seriously, um, and that might turn some people away. I imagine the people who uh, aren't very serious players and are just want to go for the social event. But because you emphasize that right in the social media, it's a lot more appealing to a lot of to a wider audience.
Right.
But at the same time, going to these events for these people who discovered on Instagram, who discovered on their own, for a lot of people, going into the room with strangers can be something that's very that makes people nervous. So, is there anything that you do, whether it's deliberately or as you think about it, perhaps unintentionally, to make the first few minutes when a new person comes feel less intimidating?
I try to greet people when they walk in and I think that is also the important part to like say hello and like try to make them comfortable when they first come to our chess club because I went to other social clubs as well and especially in Korea I think um the role of the host is really important because especially for like newcomers if they are not feel welcomed and if they are like introverted person I think it's really like hard to make a first move and like talk to people and everything especially in Korea it's not a thing to like do a small talk and everything so I try to make them comfortable by greeting and like asking their name and yeah just like asking some small questions so that they can at least feel connected with me. Yeah.
So, is that something that that's just something naturally that you do? Or is that something that you notice was happening as you continued hosting events and realized that you needed to do? Because I think that is a really good insight. Um, that isn't just like again in the culturally, it doesn't necessarily happen automatically. So, what keyed you into that? The benefit of doing that?
So when people come to our chess club, I try to like write down their names and like make the name cards. So in the meantime, I ask their like names and like how did you know about this chess club? and what brings into like chess, or like have you played chess before? So, and it's really very short. It's like 1 or 2 minutes of conversation, but I try to like ask them a lot of questions regarding like chess or this chess club, also about like personal information. So I also get to know about our members and newcomers. And yeah, I think those kind of um efforts also like touch them, so they also feel like comfortable after talking to me, and after me explaining about our chess club and how to get involved in this chess club. They are not really like afraid to like talk to people, because like I just explain everything about how it runs.
Well, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that was obviously that's the first moment that I walked in and experienced meeting you, and there have definitely been events that I've attended where you just kind of turn up, you know nobody, and nobody is really there to talk to you or like kind of guide you. Um, and that can be really intimidating. And I think what you did and what you are doing by taking the time to individually greet people um, who've made the effort to come and kind of put them at ease, like welcome, you're welcome here. I think that's really special, and I definitely think that's a differentiator right there, for what you're doing. It really stood out to me as like you really cared about the people that were coming, and you wanted to make them feel welcome, and that was really cool. So what was like the hardest part of building, and you said that most of your time is taking up running the Seoul Chess Club. Like, what do the people who just attend your events, what do the people who see your artwork on Instagram, what don't they see? What's going on behind the scenes?
I would say everything. Because I'm pretty sure that there aren't many chess clubs that they like create every different events. And I try to create 6 or 7 events each month at different venues, having different themes. So it is a lot of work um for the event planning itself, because I have to come up with new ideas, new contents, new theme, and also I have to like negotiate everything with venue, and also I have to like upload the photos and the notice in our Instagram. I have to edit photos, content creation, and also like dealing with people are really big part, because yeah, I'm the one who's handling most of the stuff. And yeah, I think a lot of people think like Seoul Chess Club is like a big team, but it's all actually me handling 95% of the projects and events. And it's definitely dealing with people. Like I get a lot of DMs and I have to answer it even like 5 a.m. and it feels like I'm just like working 24 hours, but it's all, yeah, but it's also very meaningful that I got a chance to um, host this kind of amazing events and interesting projects. So yeah, I'm really happy to work with this.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a lot of work, and it sounds like a lot of the work behind the scenes is quite lonely. Um, so God, that's a terrible segue into the
You
next
you
section.
can't laugh to say, oh, it's quite lonely.
Let's just run with it. We're running with it. We're gonna keep going. All right. We were just gonna keep it running. According to
Okay.
government data from August 2025, about 42% of households in Korea are single person homes. With that in mind, how much were loneliness and isolation on your mind when you created the Seoul Chess Club?
Mm, I would say a lot. And I think Seoul has this paradox, like one of the most densely populated cities in the world, but people are also incredibly isolated. So like everyone's on their phone on the subway and everyone eats alone. Um and I didn't started this chess club thinking I'm going to like solve the loneliness, but I also wanted to like create a space that where people could feel less alone. And I think chess is really uniquely good for that because it forces you to be like present with another person. You can't like scroll your phone while playing chess. So yeah, it helps.
I'm sure some people have tried to play chess and scroll. Uh, I'm not sure that how well you would do. So if someone listening to this podcast is feeling a bit lonely, in Seoul, but isn't really into chess at all, what lesson from your experience do you think still applies to them?
um Just show up somewhere. And I think that's the hardest part that you have to like actually decide that I want to meet people. I'm going to meet new people and like walking through the door. But once you just do it, I think you could meet a lot of like amazing people and your life will just change.
Right. Just going through the door, trying something new. It can be it's when you say it, it sounds like such a small act, but actually it can be something deeply transformative, something that changes your life. And I think in creating a community where people can connect, you've done something that has changed your life, maybe transformed. I mean, certainly you're spending a lot of time doing it. It's something that you create something meaningful, right? So, is there any particular story about Chess Club, or from your experience doing this, that really captures what the Seoul Chess Club is about for you?
Uh, yeah, I remember there was a guest coming from London this February, so it's quite new, and she emailed me last December that she has a son who loved playing chess, but she wanted to visit Seoul Chess Club with her son, but unfortunately, she was a wheelchair user, so all of our venue was like not working at the moment because we all have like stairs and it was not a wheelchair friendly venue. So I got to find um all of barrier free venues in Seoul, and there is amazing cafe called Bin Brothers Coffee House near Hongdae, and it's really big. An amazing cafe which has like a Han River view and everything, and they don't really give the space to anyone, but I asked them like we're gonna hold a barrier free night for this family who's visiting Seoul from London, and luckily um they allowed us to host a chess event in those cafes, so we were able to host a barrier-free chess night, and it was really memorable moment for me because I could feel not only the son and their mom were happy about this chess club and this venue, but also other people uh, who participated on that event also told me that this kind of events is really great because we were like trying to donate all the like participation fee and everything to those who want to play chess but who cannot like participate because of their like barriers and stuff. We wanted to like break the barrier somehow, even though it's not a big move. And yeah, it was really big moment for us.
That's super cool. Starting something new doesn't really, it doesn't just impact others. You know, it impacts you like personally. So how has running the Seoul Chess Club changed you personally?
It has changed my whole life, I would say. It made me braver and healthier because when I think of the time before making the chess club, um, it was just like a short time, but I was like definitely like depressed about not being able to live in LA anymore. And like I didn't know what to do in Seoul. So and also I felt a lot isolated. So when I created this chess club, it was still small, but I got to meet a lot of people and I could able to make a lot of like chances to work with a lot of like venues or brand. So yeah, it just changed my personality as well because I think I'm really introverted person, but somehow I have to negotiate with like venue owners and like pitch to sponsors and like organize events every time, and it took a lot of effort, but it is really changing me in a way that I have to be in front of like everyone and like be the lead. So that's something that I'm not used to, but it it is something great, I would say.
No, it's incredible to find something in your life, right? That as it grows, you also grow with it. And so what I would like to know about is how do you continue to see the Soul Chess Club growing in the future? Like, do you have any hopes, aspirations for what for the next 3 years?
My vision was making as many people like feel connected and um like growing this community, but we are actually already going international. So we're planning the event in May with London Chess Club, which is called Night Club. And yeah, I think that's the first chapter that we are actually going abroad. And also the London Chess Club is coming to Seoul for their Asia tour. So in 2 or 3 years, I want Seoul Chess Club to be recognized as a culture brand, not just about like small chess society, but um as a just cultural global community where we could connect like global members to have a home base, like no matter which city they're in.
That's super cool. You know, working with it kind of reminds me of, like membership hotels. Like if you've got like a membership, you can go to any hotel in the world and in any city and join in. So is that what you're kind of going for? Like eventually you'll have links to all of these different chess clubs around the world.
Yeah, actually we have like a group chat for like host of chess like global chess community. So like we all have like our contacts and everything. So I'm also preparing the London collaboration and also like Spain collaboration in June. So yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years, my goal is to like do all the collaboration with other countries. So that would be
So
really cool.
So it sounds like you're thinking 2 or 3 years ahead. You know, you, what you're doing at the moment is driving Seoul Chess Club forward, into the future, creating these links. Is that what's going on? This is a long-term vision. Is that right?
Yes, I'm really focusing on growing this community for now, and yeah, for in the future, I still want to make it big and global. So I hope it works.
So, are there other activities or formats you would like to try in the future? Perhaps a pub quiz co-hosted with the Foreign Tigers?
Yeah, I'm definitely open to that as well. So we've already been experimenting a lot, such as like chess race that we did last week, and like live jazz night, and we are really doing a lot of collaboration with a lot of different venues and different concepts. So we are already like hosting an international night, which is like a language exchange and playing chess. But last time when we did it, most of the people were focusing on chess rather than a language exchange. So I think a pocket is still gonna like be really new format that people would really enjoy. So yeah, let's make it happen.
So cool. I'm excited to see what comes next. Honestly, I think we could talk for a few hours about the Seoul Chess Club and all of the things that go into making it work, and how we might how you might grow it in the future. But we're gonna have to end it there. It's been a really interesting conversation. I've really loved speaking to you, and I loved attending the event. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you for having me.
And we look forward to attending more in the future. Thank you again. We really enjoyed talking to you, Kate.
Thank
Bye bye.
you. Thank you. Bye.